It's the traction engine, so you can say that get the steam engine running is about getting it running in this traction engine, right?
They record it.
I think you will.
I don't know. It says things, but I can't read
No,
them.
it has a little cylinder on the other side which pumps that wheel around.
That's right. It should, okay?
Yeah, but when you turn
This is a great experiment for us, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, like a click lighter with an extended thing on it.
Now pull it on there.
Now we're going to take this out. We're going to light this for. If you guys put your hand way up here, you can feel the heat. Not too close. Can you feel up here, Joe? Way up here, you can feel it. Yeah, there's a fire underneath the boiler in there. Feel it? Cool, huh?
Well, today I'm going to work on my Mamod TE1 Steam Tractor. I've had this for about probably 35 years. An old gentleman I worked with gave it to me, and I know he had it running, but I never have, so gonna try to figure out. We tried it yesterday with my grandson and my son, and we had it working for a little bit, but it wasn't running very good. So I'm going to see if I can figure out what makes this thing go and clean it up and see if we can get it running good. So this is the beginning of my little adventure to see how this thing comes apart. Alright, well first we'll take off our burner here, get that out of the way. I had unclipped the top, so we'll take the top off. I was having some issues with leaks yesterday, so we're going to take the plugs and we'll see if we can I think some holly bowl gasket plugs might work. We'll replace these and see if we can get those plugs sealed up. You can see they're kind of dried out and beat up. And also want to take off the cylinder, check that, and blow out those lines. So I got my wrench here. We'll go ahead and get that off. Okay, and that was pretty easy, I guess. And piston doesn't have a seal on it or anything, which kind of surprised me. There are just basically a blind hole, tapped hole in there, and there's a spring that holds this, pulls this up against the plate that has the tubing that comes from the steam here. So we'll clean these out, clean the rod, clean the piston, do a little oiling. And this is kind of clever. I noticed they have the two holes there. As the cylinder is going up and down, it will release the pressure and put the pressure back in again. So we'll try to get those cleaned out and see if we can get this thing cranking on. Well, it may not be beautiful, but I took an old Power Glide valve body gasket and had some holes that were fairly close to what I needed, and made some gaskets here for my plugs. So if they can withstand oil, I think they'll withstand the water, so we'll go from there. Now I'm going to see if I can maybe take a file Make sure the surface is flat here, so we get a good seal. Well, I filed off the surface here. Got it smooth as flat as I could. Same way here. Same thing. So I'm going to put a little oil on there. Also took in some carb cleaner and blew it into the lines here. Everything seemed to be pretty free, and took the air hose and blew through it. Seemed to get air pretty good. So we're going to start putting this thing back together and give it a little bit of air and see what happens. So we will find out here in a few minutes. Well, we got it going again here. Let's see what kind of blowing pressure out of the relief valve here. See if I can get a little bit of running on in here. Buzzing right along right now. I don't have the flywheel hooked up to the wheels, so it's got to run in here on the bench, but it is running. I think I'm running her down on water now. Either that or the methanol might be running out. See if I can run it as long as I can here, just to get a little bit of run on that cylinder again. And my fire's not as hot as it was, so I'm probably getting down on it. Yeah, looks like we're about running her down, so that's it. Well, the overflow is starting to peak out, so I guess we're probably going to be real close on, let's see what kind of pressure we got here. Yeah, going like a madman now. Steam just pouring out of the old steam stack. Definitely a matter of getting enough steam up. Might need a new spring on that. Yeah, I guess that's probably about it. Learned a few things. Probably could do my gaskets a little better yet. And probably could heat that water a little more before I put it in. I think it's probably down on water now. And but next time we'll get her going, and we'll get her going running on the floor.